First hosting a Formula 1 race 90 years ago, SimRacingHub returns to the German Hockenheim Ring, just 50 kilometers east of the French border, after racing last season's German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. 67 laps around a 4.5 kilometer track. Let's take a look at how the drivers stand in the championship coming into round 11. The country of Puerto Rico has been celebrating for a full week after the Hungarian Grand Prix saw a change at the top of the Drivers' Championship. Otto Acosta leads Argenis Riera. Montero is in third. The change in the Drivers' Championship resulted in the change in the Teams' Championship. McLaren Honda 28 points ahead of Mercedes. Lotus in third. Williams with an outside shot in fourth. Sauber, Ferrari, Red Bull, Force India and Manor round out the top 9. So that's enough about Hungary. Let's get on to Germany. And it's back to normality at SimRacingHub as Argenis Riera beats out Ezequiel Montero to the pole, posting the fastest lap of the week at a 1:12.4. Row 2 is led by Mathew Hartley for the first time since Canada, with another impressive 4th place starting position for Pablo Laurenti in the Sauber. Williams is the first team to get both cars on the starting grid, with Martinez in P5, alongside two-time winner Richard Walcott in the second Lotus. P7 and easily the talking point of qualifying, championship leader Otto Acosta with his worst grid spot of the season, the only time OTTO has been off the first 2 rows this season, alongside Leandro Schrob in 8. Burrowing his way onto row 5, the Mole Man starts P9, and a great qualifying performance from everybody's best friend Benny Fuseli is down the toilet as he starts from pit road. RH Richard Haney starts on the outside of a very experienced and all-American row 6, alongside former FIHS champion Sean Higgins in the Ferrari. Deuce Michaels ends the trio of Americans and the duo of Ferraris in P13, setting sail half a car length ahead of the captain, John Cook, in the unnamed team car. The Huntsman sets his scope on the 16 cars ahead of him on the grid, alongside the vigorous Vigliota in the Manor, in front of an all-Force India final row led by newcomer Riccardo Senior and senior Roberto Bianco, the junior of the 2 Biancos. Holy moly, man, that was a tongue twister. All the cars are lined up and Llanos hits the lights. We're at 3, 4, 5 and round 11 is go! All the cars get away cleanly. Riera gets a bullet of a start on the clean side, in front of Harto and a smoking Montero. And then Laurenti's smoking out of turn 1. Bianco and the captain also off the track. So it's Riera, Montero, Harto, Walcott, Acosta up to 5th. Lap 2 and the first pass as Deuce Michaels up the inside of Vigliota. And he might get 2. He does. He gets by Senior. And he might get 3. All of the top guys choosing the super soft. So Riera pulling away now from Montero, who has a gap to Harto in the first Lotus, who's being chased by his teammate Richard Walcott in the second Lotus. And right on cue, Llanos, as we pick up Walcott, and he overtakes Harto. And Acosta fell behind Schwab somehow, but he gets right back by him, back up to P5. And Roberto Bianco doesn't fear the Huntsman, on board with the other Red Bull now, graining on the outside, and he spins! And he's going to come across the track, and oh, the Mole Man hits him. And Walcott gets by Harto again. No idea how he got back by him in the first place. And Mola with the damaged car goes up the inside of the sleeping Huntsman. Or is he? The Mole Man's not going to wait for long though. Hunter is off. I'm not sure who is to blame for that one. All of the leaders have pitted, but the Ferraris are going long. Costa gets by Michaels for 5th. Harto gets by Higgins for 3rd. And for the second time in 2 weeks, Bianco with a huge shunt. Lap 21, we're back up front. Riera being attacked by Montero. That's as close as they've been. Montero's going to get DRS. He goes for a late lunge. They touch. Riera's off the screen, but he comes back on, and he's going to still maintain the lead. Riera pits, and Harto's attacking him on the outlap, and Harto hits him. He'll remain in P3. Acosta overtakes Walcott for P4. And Montero must have made a mistake in second. Now it would be a good time for Harto to pit to get the undercut, but Montero pits as well. He runs wide though, and we have a drag race in the pit lane. Montero's off, Harto's going, it looks like Montero has it, but Harto's gonna hold the inside. Can they both get through? They do! Somehow Montero doesn't touch the line, and Harto gets the pass but runs wide. Hartley will defend on the inside. Montero around the outside. Back for P2. Still side by side, and he has it. Great pass and great racing by those two. Oh! And after all that, I can calm down as Riera controls and dominates the German Grand Prix. His 4th win of the season was never in doubt. Easy to say who driver of the day is. Riera wins by 14 seconds over Montero. Harto had to turn his attention to Otto Acosta. Walcott 5th, good points for Lotus. Haney 6th, good points for McLaren. Mola 7th. Deuce Michaels with his best finish so far in P8 and a nice drive. Martinez and Higgins round out the top 10. JV is 11th. The Huntsman and the Captain both make the finish. So I know what you guys are asking. What about the points? Well, we have them for you. Acosta leads, but only by 6. Just when he thinks he has some breathing room, Riera dominates. Tero solidifies his 3rd place, not completely out the question yet. Harto extends his lead in 4th. Higgins is 6th. Schwab 7th. Cardozo and Carney were both missing for this race. They gave me the reasons, but why are we crying over spilled milk? You don't race, you don't get a mention. The team's points look like this. McLaren 17 points ahead of Mercedes, that gap is reduced. Lotus gain a couple points, a battle we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Sauber just 2 points ahead of Ferrari for 5th. As all the drivers take off for a month and a summer break, the league is having a classic F1 race on August 11th. Any humans can participate. SimRacingHub.com for more info.